Are you always expecting something? Mentally projecting into the future instead of actually being present and doing your best? Are you always trying to manipulate the outcome of certain situations so that you can be happy? Because the only way that you can feel happy is to get validation and approval from other people, or things have to go your way all the time. That's the only way you can feel good. Well, in that case, there's something deep inside that you need to address, and there's probably this hole that you're trying to patch up through your expectations and your mental projections. And what ends up happening is that you actually just make the hole even bigger. Because every time you expect something in the future, every time you expect somebody to do something a certain way so that you like it, so that you feel good about yourself, every time you expect things to go your way so that you can feel good about yourself, and they don't, or it doesn't, how do you feel? How do those expectations, those mental projections that you have, actually leave you once you end up realizing that you were expecting way too much, or your mental projection was totally off, or that you really had no realistic view of the situation? I struggled with this for a long time because I used to always have an idea of what was going to happen. I would always project into the future, always try to manipulate the outcome and hope for things to go a certain way, and I would be let down every single time. And if you resonate with this, then you know that it's not a nice experience, it's not fun, it doesn't feel good at all, and you need to get rid of it. Because quite honestly, it's a nightmare to keep living in the state where you're always waiting for salvation at some future point. And there is no salvation, and you know that by now. If you've been projecting into the future, maybe you didn't get the result that you wanted, whether that's on an exam, or on a date, or in your business, or a meeting with a client, or maybe you wanted to get a raise at work and they turned you down. The only way to really get rid of this is to let go of the need for something to fulfill you. And that can be really tough, because what I'm gonna need you to tell yourself, what I told myself, and what ended up shifting this and making the paradigm shift for me, was really taking on the philosophy and the idea and really believing that, hey, you know what? I'm good enough as I am. I approve of me. I validate me, and I actually feel good about me. And anything that might happen in the future, any success, or even failure, it doesn't determine who I am. It doesn't make me a better or worse person. You see, I'm still a good person no matter how I perform. Whether I perform amazing or whether my performance is terrible, I'm still the same Raphael. If this video sucks for you, that doesn't change anything for me. Because I'm making it because I want to make it. And I'm not expecting you to respond a certain way. But if I was trying to talk a certain way, or try to make you feel a certain way, try to manipulate so that you leave a nice comment and tell me about how great I am, it would be a nightmare. I wouldn't want to record, and definitely not every day like what I'm doing. You know, it just wouldn't happen, because you're always in a strain, you always feel tired, because you're trying to micromanage and manipulate those results. I need you to find peace with that you're okay as you are, and whether or not things go your way, you're still good. You're still a good person. It doesn't change anything. Let's say it goes well. Well, great. Great. You got what you wanted? Awesome. Congrats. Feels good, right? For a moment or two at least. And then it's on to the next thing. And now you're waiting for that to give you pleasure. Let's say it goes bad. My expectations weren't met. I'm unhappy, I'm frustrated, I'm angry. Maybe you even start pushing those emotions and getting frustrated with people around you. Maybe you shove it down and create some deep trauma for yourself that lasts for the rest of your life. Do you really want that? Or the alternative is, you know what? I'm good enough as I am. I'm happy with myself. I love myself. And whether or not this goes my way, it's okay. Just try that. Whether or not it goes my way, it's okay. Whether or not it goes your way, it's okay. It's okay, no matter what, because you'll still be fine. And that's what most of us don't get, because we think if it doesn't go our way, then our life is ruined. Our reputation, our future, everything, it's just over. You know, if this one date doesn't go right, then I'm never gonna meet that perfect partner. I'm never gonna find love. Never, ever, 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 ever. This one date went wrong. Never find love. Of course that's not true. I went through a lot of bad dates before I got into an amazing relationship that's now lasted for over 5 years. So consider that you might have to go through a lot of failure to reach success. And when you're constantly putting those expectations up to win every time you go into a situation, you're blocking yourself, because the road to success is paved with failure over and over and over again, tripping over. How many times have I recorded a bad video? I did it every day for 6 months in a row before I made my first good one. I promise you, scroll down to the bottom of my channel, check out my first video, and you'll see the difference between that and now is a lot of failure. A lot of videos that didn't hit off. A lot of work that didn't really pay. And if I was sitting there saying to myself, oh, I didn't get 3 million views, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. That was my expectation. I wanted 10,000 views or nothing. I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna give up right now. I forgot about the numbers. I forgot about the results. And I just did it because I knew it was the right thing to do. And if you know it's the right thing to do, do it anyway. And if it's not, just let it go. Because those expectations, the only thing they will do in your life is harm you, make you feel bad, make you feel frustrated, make you feel unhappy, make you feel unsatisfied. You ungrateful little, right? Because you start to see everything as bad. You start judging everything you have in your life as less, instead of saying, hey, I'm grateful for what I have. I love what I have. I'm happy where I am. If I get that success, great. If I don't, keep working, keep trying, keep going. Not project into the future, hope for some result. If I don't get it, then you know what? There's no point to any of this anymore. Just never mind this whole thing. Give up on life. Suicide, right? What's going on? What are you expecting? Let it go. Stop projecting. Whether or not it goes your way, it's okay. You're still a good person. Still the same person. Even if you succeed, even if you fail, you're still the same person. It's just a situation. It doesn't make or break you. It doesn't make or break your life. You are so much bigger than that. Remember that one day you're going to die. That's an expectation. You're going to die. And at that point, everything will be stripped away from you. And the only thing you will care about is what kind of impact you made on other people, what difference you made, how much you cared, how much they cared about you. Love, compassion, sharing, contribution. Not, did I get the promotion? Not, did she or he say yes to me? That's not what you're going to be left with. All that money in your bank account, you don't get to take it with you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you don't get to take it with you. That's it, it's done. It gets to stay here while you disappear. So live with that in mind. And perhaps you will understand that these situations aren't such a big of a deal, and that you are so much bigger and better than all of this. And that whether or not it goes your way, it's okay.